Long before the flames were prepared, Ibrahim had already faced a battle far greater than fire. It was the battle between truth and falsehood, between worshipping the one creator and following the traditions of an entire society. In a kingdom where people bowed before idols, Ibrahim stood alone with a message that challenged everything they believed. From a young age, he questioned how people could worship objects they had made with their own hands, idols that could neither speak, protect, nor bring benefit. But Ibrahim did not remain silent. He called his people to recognize the one who created the heavens and the earth. He challenged the beliefs of his community and even confronted the powerful leaders who defended idol worship. For those who depended on the old system, Ibrahim's words were not just a disagreement. They were a direct challenge to their power and way of life. The more he spoke the truth, the more opposition grew around him. Soon, the people who once knew him turned against him. The leaders of the kingdom decided that Ibrahim had gone too far, and they prepared a punishment meant to silence him forever. But they did not understand one thing. Ibrahim's strength was not coming from numbers, wealth, or protection from people. It came from an unbreakable faith in Allah, and that faith would soon be tested in a way no human being could have imagined. Ibrahim's faith was built on a certainty that could not be shaken by fear, pressure, or the anger of people. He understood that the creator of the heavens and the earth was far greater than anything humans could create with their own hands. While others saw idols as symbols of power and tradition, Ibrahim saw their weakness. How could something created by humans become worthy of worship? How could a statue that could not defend itself have control over the lives of others? This belief gave Ibrahim the courage to stand against an entire society. He was not searching for approval from people. His only concern was remaining loyal to the truth he had recognized. But challenging a nation's beliefs came with a heavy cost. The leaders who feared losing their influence saw Ibrahim's message as a threat. Instead of accepting his words, they prepared to silence him. Yet, Ibrahim remained firm. He knew that true strength does not come from having the largest army or the support of the crowd. It comes from trusting Allah when everyone else stands against you. And soon, that trust would lead him to a moment that would test his faith before the eyes of an entire kingdom. Ibrahim's challenge reached a turning point when he confronted the very foundation of his people's beliefs. While they were away during a gathering, Ibrahim entered the place where the idols were kept and broke them, leaving only the largest idol standing. When the people returned, they were shocked by what they saw. The idols they trusted had been destroyed, and anger quickly spread throughout the nation. They demanded to know who had done this. Ibrahim did not hide from their questions. Instead, he used the moment to make them think. If these idols could not protect themselves, how could they deserve worship? His words exposed a truth they did not want to accept. But instead of reflecting, the people chose anger over understanding. The leaders saw Ibrahim's message as a threat that could weaken their authority. And now, the conflict was no longer just between Ibrahim and the idols. It was a challenge between truth and the power of a kingdom that believed it could never be defeated. The leaders of the kingdom could not defeat Ibrahim's message with arguments, so they turned to their greatest weapon, their authority. They brought Ibrahim before the ruler, a king who believed his power was unmatched. He had wealth, control, and influence over his people. To him, authority meant having the ability to decide the fate of others. But Ibrahim stood before him with something far greater certainty in Allah. The conversation revealed a powerful contrast. The king depended on his kingdom and position, while Ibrahim depended only on the creator of everything. The ruler tried to challenge Ibrahim's belief, but his power could not change the truth. He could command people, but he could not control the universe. Unable to overcome Ibrahim's words, the leaders chose another path. They decided to use force instead of reason. A punishment unlike anything Ibrahim had faced before was prepared. A massive fire was built, and the people gathered to witness what they believed would be the end of Ibrahim's message. But they did not know that Ibrahim's trust in Allah was stronger than the flames waiting for him. The flames were ready, the crowd was watching, and the decision of the kingdom had already been made. They believed that by destroying Ibrahim, they could finally end his message. but they misunderstood where his strength came from. Ibrahim was not standing with confidence because he believed he could escape the fire. He stood firm because he knew that Allah's power was greater than any creation. As he faced the moment when every human possibility seemed impossible, his heart remained peaceful. He did not place his hope in people, rulers, or worldly protection. His trust was only in Allah. The fire that was meant to become a symbol of defeat was about to become a sign of Allah's power. The people expected to see Ibrahim broken by the flames. Instead, they were about to witness a moment that would be remembered for generations, a moment proving that true faith can remain unshaken even when the entire world stands against you. As Ibrahim was taken toward the fire, the people around him saw only one outcome. They saw a man surrounded by flames with no human way to survive. But Ibrahim saw something different. He saw the power of Allah above every force in creation. According to Islamic tradition, when Ibrahim was thrown into the fire, he placed his complete trust in Allah. His heart was not attached to the strength of people or the fear of what they could do. His certainty came from knowing that Allah was the protector of those who believe. The flames that were prepared to destroy him became the place where Allah's mercy was shown. The people expected Ibrahim to disappear into the fire, but his faith had already overcome the greatest fear, the fear of standing alone for the truth. And then came the moment no one expected. The fire that was created to prove the power of the kingdom became a sign that no power can overcome the will of Allah. The fire that was meant to end Ibrahim's mission became one of the greatest signs of Allah's power. What the people expected to be a moment of defeat became a moment of victory. The flames surrounded Ibrahim, but they could not harm him because Allah's command is greater than the laws of creation. The same Allah who created fire had complete control over it. For those watching, this event changed everything. The kingdom had gathered to prove that Ibrahim was powerless, but instead, they witnessed that true power belongs only to Allah. This miracle was not just about saving Ibrahim from danger. It was a reminder that faith is tested through difficult moments, and those who remain firm for the truth are never abandoned by Allah. But the fire was only one of many trials in Ibrahim's life. His journey would continue with challenges that tested his patience, sacrifice, and complete obedience to Allah. The fire was only one chapter in Ibrahim's journey of faith. Long before and long after that moment, his life was filled with tests that demanded complete trust in Allah. He was tested when he stood against the beliefs of his people, when he left his homeland, and when he faced difficult commands that required absolute obedience. Each trial revealed a deeper strength, not the strength of wealth, status, or numbers, but the strength that comes from relying completely on Allah. These challenges were not meant to break Ibrahim. They were meant to prepare him for a greater purpose. Through every hardship, Ibrahim proved that true faith is not only shown during moments of comfort. It is revealed when a person chooses obedience, even when the path ahead seems impossible. His life became an example for generations, showing that a person who trusts Allah can stand firm even when the entire world stands against them. And this is why Ibrahim became known as a symbol of unwavering faith. Ibrahim's story was never about a man who had an easy path. It was about a servant who remained firm when every reason to give up was placed in front of him. He stood against a society that rejected his message. He faced a powerful kingdom that tried to silence him. He entered a fire that people believed would end his mission. Yet through every moment, Ibrahim showed that the strength of a believer does not come from having everyone beside them. It comes from knowing that Allah is always with them. His life became a reminder that truth does not become weaker because fewer people accept it. A person standing alone with faith can be stronger than an entire nation standing without it. The same man who faced rejection became the father of a legacy that would continue for generations. His obedience, patience, and trust in Allah made his name remembered throughout history. But the greatest lesson from Ibrahim's journey is not only about the trials he faced, it is about the trust that carried him through them, a trust that proves when a person relies completely on Allah, even the impossible can become a path toward greatness. The story of Ibrahim leaves behind a message that continues to inspire believers across generations. It teaches that true strength is not measured by how many people stand beside you, how much power you possess, or how easy your journey becomes. True strength comes from complete trust in Allah. Ibrahim faced rejection from his own people, opposition from powerful leaders, and trials that would challenge any human being. Yet he remained firm because his heart was connected to the one who controls all things. The fire could not harm him, the threats could not weaken him, the loneliness could not break him, because Ibrahim understood a truth that every believer can carry. When Allah is with you, no difficulty is greater than His power. His story reminds us that tests are not always signs of failure. Sometimes they are the means through which faith grows stronger and purpose becomes clear. The same man who once stood alone became a symbol of belief, sacrifice, and obedience. His life shows that trusting Allah does not mean the path will always be easy. It means you are never truly alone while walking it. And that is the greatest lesson of Ibrahim's journey. When faith is placed completely in Allah, even the greatest trials can become the doorway to something far greater.